Hey everybody, it's Heather here from HoJo's Teaching Adventures and the Academic VA. Today I just want to go through the very basic process of adding a pin or something from a blog post directly to a loop. So with that, I just logged into my own personal Tailwind. If you come over here to publish, you'll see that you have a smart loop. Now, I already have loops set up. I have quite a few. So just know that yours is going to look significantly different from mine if you are just getting started, and that is totally okay. But I always recommend people start with 3 basic loops as a TPT seller. The first one is your TPT resources loop. The second one is your evergreen blog post loop if you have a blog. And the third one would be your free loop, anything, and that could be store or blog. So you would create those by coming over here and clicking new loop. Those would be evergreen, meaning they go out all year round, just as it says right there. You would name it, so evergreen loop. You could add any relevant boards. So for me, I would know that they're probably going to go to my blog board. Maybe they're going to my TPT store board. Maybe I'm putting them out to my miscellaneous main teacher board. And maybe I know everything goes to 3rd grade. And then from there, I would add my pins. I'm just going to put in sample loop, guys, because I already have this done and I want to delete this when I'm done. But you would probably name it evergreen loop. And if you accidentally, goof and you want to name it something, if you want to make it a seasonal one instead of year round, you would just click this instead. And then I do not add pins this way because it was glitchy when they first started it. And I've heard some people say it's working, but I just don't trust it. So I just close out. So I'm going to close that out. And then I'm going to come over here. I just updated this yesterday. I added a pin down here that I want to get added into a loop. So I would come over here. I have the Tailwind. I'm on a PC using Chrome right now, and I've got the Tailwind extension. So I would come up here. I just added this pin yesterday. So I want to get that added in my loop. And I apologize if I sound a little nasally. My family has been hit with kind of a viral respiratory infection that we all have to wait 7 to 10 days, and all 4 of us have now had it. So it's been great fun. So you'll see I already did my pin description, but I just scroll down here and I could add it to tribes if I wanted to, but I would click add to loop. And like I said, I have a lot of loops set up, guys. I literally started with a piece of paper and made a plan of what I wanted to do. But so for right now, we're just going to call this one sample loop. And yeah, I want it to go to my blogging board. I'm actually going to take it off these other ones, and I'm going to delete this when we're done anyway. But so I would just literally, that's all I do. I could send it to every single one of these if I wanted to. I'm not going to send it. I'm going to actually do this like legitly. So I'm literally just going to put this out to my teacherpreneur loop, and that's it. That is, I also wanted to go out to my HoJo's teaching adventure loop. Okay, so I'm going to click add to loop. It's going to think for a moment, sometimes longer than that. And I'm going to come up here and just schedule it right away. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm just going to delete it. So there we go. It's done. That's literally all there is to it. And now I actually saved it here as well. So I'm going to do this too. It's the same pin, but I think I did change the description a touch. And they go to 2 different pages, even though I used the same image because I'm a busy mama who's short on time, right? And sick. So that's a good excuse for using the same image, right? Probably not, but that's my story and I'm sticking to it. All right, so I'm going to just add that in there. I'm going to come back up here. I'm going to delete it all together. All right, and then I'm also going to go up here to Pinterest, and I just want to go right to one of my boards. So I come up here. and I want to just check out my boards. I'm going to just find something and do a pretend one for you guys too, so you can see how it would work if I was doing it direct from Pinterest. So if I wanted to come here and, all right, this funny picture writing prompts. So I would come here, click schedule, and same thing. That, I've already got my strong pin description, so I would add it to my smart loop again. And in a perfect world, I'm going to send it out to 5 personal boards, as well as at least 5 personal boards, as well as any applicable collaborative boards that I might be on, although we all know collaborative boards no longer hold the power that they used to. So I would add whatever boards I wanted to right here. I would click add to loop, and that's it. I mean, it's kind of a tedious process to go through and add them one at a time. But, if you were paying attention when I was first in my Tailwind account here, you can see that I have added over 4,500 loops in. So if I send one pin to 5 boards, that counts as 5 loops, which is why I went with unlimited. I know I have almost 500 resources on TPT, and I have, over 400 blog posts, although some of them aren't the greatest. I need to work on that. But anyway, so that is just the very, very basics of how to set up your loop. Again, for the average TPTer who has a blog, I recommend an evergreen resources loop, a blog evergreen loop, and then a freebie loop. But, like I said too, I've got a ton of loops set up, and I set them up in a way that makes sense for me. I've got my classroom management stuff. I've got my pre-K to 2. I've got some of the things I share for teachpreneurs. I've got some seasonal things. I belong on some collaborative boards that have really strict rules. So I set up individual loops for each of those to ensure that I'm pinning, within the guidelines on those. Yeah, a lot of these, that's part of why I have so many. Most of these, I would say half of them are seasonal, and like 40% of them are for very specific loops. And then, there's my evergreen one that I talked about, and apparently I have a lot of Mardi Gras content. So yeah, just do whatever makes sense for you. You can always come in here and pause a loop. You can edit a loop, or you can delete a loop, like this sample one that I didn't actually want in there anyway. So I hope that at least answers the basics for you. But if you have any questions, definitely reach out with a comment right here on YouTube, or you can feel free to reach out to me. The best way to contact me with questions about looping and that sort of thing is to reach out via my VA business. So go check out www.theacademicva.com. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for being here. Have a great day.